everyone. Thank you for coming here and helping me succeed. As you can see, I'm wearing my bright cultural attire because we like color, right? Here in Africa, color and culture is part of our culture. So my subject today is intercultural communication and being culturally competent. And I'll explain in a few minutes. So what is culture? What do you think of when you think of culture? So culture is a belief system, is customs, rituals, what we eat sometimes is part of our culture, how we act, our attitudes towards situations can be influenced by the culture we grew up around. Culture is ideas, and culture is also a lifestyle. So I've had the opportunity to live around the world, and some of the places that I've lived with a very distinct culture is Ethiopia, Brazil, and I'm going to also include the Shona culture because I'm here right now. So those are the places that I picked out besides all the other places in the world that I've lived in. In the book called The Communication Age, it says, from day one, your parents, your siblings, your relatives, your friends, your teachers, even strangers around you have been socializing you into a culture. Did you know that? Okay, even strangers, people you don't know, they've been socializing you to a culture. Intercultural communication is communication across different cultures. Is this communication different? Absolutely, it is different. Communication is influenced by environments around us. We were groomed to act and interact the way that we do. So me as a foreigner here in Zimbabwe, I've noticed with the Shona culture that with women tend to speak softly and with sort of like not the eye level or like kind of eyes down when they look up to someone or someone has a higher authority to them. And I've noticed that sometimes when people greet here, the women kind of like bend a little and they do that, right? That is the Shona culture, right? So that's my observation. And in a different culture, someone from a different culture can wonder, why do people do these things? But I know that with the Shona culture is the sign of respect, that you practice some of these things. And you know, someone, for example, in America can think, oh, maybe you're shy or timid or intimidated, but it's not like that. It is part of your culture to be respectful. And in Brazil, when I lived in Brazil, Brazilians are very physical. Even though they don't know you, when they introduce themselves, they'll hug you or they kiss you on the cheek. That's very much their culture. They're very excited people, very colorful. And when we lived in Ethiopia, what I've observed about Ethiopians is that they use their eyebrows. If they want to say yes, they do this. You know, which is something was different to me. Like, do you agree with me or not? Why do you do this? You know, but I had to learn later on that that's part of their culture. And they also do like they suck in their breath, like they do inhaling. When you ask them a question, they'll do like, as they raise their eyebrows up and down. It was something that's very different for me, but it's part of their culture. So let's talk about diversity. We come from a diverse world. Diversity is what makes us unique. Our cultures are different and our communication cues are different too. Now let's talk about cultural rituals. What are cultural rituals? Cultural rituals are what we do, how we act, can also influence the way we communicate with each other. And in conclusion, regardless of all the cultural communication behaviors, we all need to be culturally competent. What does that mean? We need to be culturally competent, especially if you are from a different culture than the one that you're in. Cultural competency is the level of knowledge about others who differ from you in comparison to yourself. Intercultural communication is diverse. It's influenced by environments around us. It is easier to be accepted into a culture when you are culturally competent. We are all different. We all have our own unique communication ways. Let us respect each other, embrace each other's cultures, and be culturally competent when in a different culture. Thank you.